It's time for DJ Raqi's Secret Files. Sinabihan ako ng nanay ng best friend ko na ako raw ang unang mabubuntis sa amin. I proved her wrong. Itago niyo ako sa pangalang Gina. Currently living here in LA, California. My story began when I was still in high school. The story of a girl who proved to others that she's not a failure as what they once assumed she would be. This is my secret file. Isa ako sa mga makukulit sa grupo namin nung high school. I belong to a group of girls called Guapa Kamiko. Corny, diba? Well, those were the days, early 90s. Uso kasi nun yung mga ganong corny name. The Guapa Kamiko ay pwede rin nating sabihin na popular sa school namin. 8 kami sa grupo at sa 8 na yon, ang pinaka-BFF ko ay si Daisy. Daisy was the most silent type, hindi makabasag pinggan, and religious sa aming lahat. Well, ako naman ang pinaka-maingay, bully, palaaway sa grupo. And you can even say na I have the strongest personality sa lahat. So ako tuloy yung parang naging leader sa group kahit wala namang naglagay sa akin sa pwestong yun. Na para bang sa sobrang tigasin ko kasi ako ang inakala ng lahat ng mga estudyante at teachers sa school namin na leader ng samahan namin. Ang 8 magbabarkada, masayahin. Kuwela, very understanding, matatalino at talagang very active sa mga school activity. Marami ring manliligaw ang mga kabarkada ko. At ako rin naman. However, may pagka-boyish kasi ako noon. So, ilang mga boys yung lumapit kahit nagpapalipad hangin yung iba, wala talagang may gustong sumubok kasi takot sila sa akin. They even called me terror behind my back. Kasi talagang isang taas lang nung left eyebrow ko, takot na yung mga boys. I was the protector and the bodyguard of the group. We graduated high school and most of our members sa group got high honors at isa na ako doon. Grabe yung iyak namin kasi nga maghiwalay na kaming 8. For the past 4 years, magkasama at magkasangga kami. Pero, reality set in. College was the next step and of course, we need to separate. Kasi iba-iba yung kursong tatakin namin. At iba-iba yung university na papasukan namin. So, during college, I was so depressed at first. Naninibago ako kasi nga it was the first time na nawalay ako sa mga kabarkada ko. I had a hard time making friends. Bigla kasi ako naging nobody. The old popular and famous girl ng high school campus was forgotten and unrecognizable sa university na pinapasukan ko. I struggled with my studies too. Wala akong ganang mag-aral. Hindi ko nga maintindihan yung sarili ko kung bakit ganun yung nangyayari sa akin. I started gaining weight at nawalan ako ng self-confidence habang ang BFF kong si Daisy, who was also studying in the same university as I, naging blooming tsaka naging palakaibigan. The old mahinhin Daisy was gone. The new Daisy was almost unrecognizable to me. We both took up nursing, pero nasa ibang section siya at iba na yung mga naging barkada niya. Pero kahit ganun, hindi ko feel yung mga barkada niya. Kasi feeling ko modern and very liberated sila. Meron na siyang boyfriend, si Edward. Nakababata niya, nakapitbahay rin niya. Na para bang feeling ko mayabang, tsaka parang gwapong-gwapo sa sarili. Daisy didn't know that the reason why I dislike Edward, it was because he tried na manligaw sa akin while he was also courting Daisy. Hindi ko naman pinatulan si Edward kasi hindi ko siya type at alam ko na may crush sa kanya si Daisy. I just find Edward so mayabang na minsan sobrang kayabangan talagang liliparin ka na ng malakas na hangin. Hindi ko nga gets kung bakit in love at bilib na bilib tong BFF ko sa kanya. However, sabi nga nila, di ba? Love is blind. So, hinayaan ko na lang sila. Hindi naman ako yung makikipagrelasyon sa mokong yun, diba? Then, something happened later during our second year in college. Daisy invited me to her youngest sister's birthday. Siyempre, as her BFF, I went and attended the party hoping na yung ibang kabarkada namin from high school pupunta. But I was so disappointed kasi none of them went to that party. Wala. Lahat sila busy dahil nag-aaral sila sa ibang universities. And what's worse was Daisy left me unattended during that party because she stayed with her college friends and Edward. Mag-isa lang ako nakaupo sa isang corner and I was feeling so lonely. Yes, kilala ako ng parents niya and her siblings, but they were all busy entertaining their own visitors. I felt so alone, wala akong makausap. Hindi pa uso yung cellphone noon that time So wala akong libangan man lang to keep me entertained habang naririnig ko yung malakas na tawanan nila Daisy tsaka ng mga kaibigan niya sa bedroom niya. Then after I ate, siguro 1 hour na nakalipas yun, Daisy approached me. Kinuha niya yung plato ko na pinagkainan ko. Ewan ko ba, parang nagmamadali siya. Parang gusto niya na akong paalisin sa bahay nila the way she was talking to me. She kept on mentioning na hindi na darating yung mga barkada namin from high school. At ang malupit pa dun, sinabi niya na naghihintay na yung mga friends niya from college dun sa bedroom niya. She didn't even invite me to join them. Not until one of her college friends asked me na sumama sa loob. I never felt humiliated in all my life, but I kept my composure kahit na nasaktan ako sa ginawa at pinakita sa akin ni Daisy. She never treated me that way before. So nagpaalam na lang ako na need ko na umuwi agad, na kaya siya may kailangan akong tapusin na project for a subject kahit wala naman. Umiyak ako pagdating ko ng bahay, as in nasaktan talaga ako. Lahat ng nangyari sa araw na yun, sinulat ko sa diary ko habang umiyak ako. It was like a wake-up call to me. That high school life was really over at hindi na maibabalik yung dating kami. That this time, I need to focus on my own life and my future ahead sa napili kong profession. After that party, doon na nagsimula yung time na unti-unti na akong lumayo kay Daisy. She has changed a lot. So I decided it's about time for me to do the same. She wasn't the Daisy who was once my best friend. That shy, timid Daisy was long gone. I devoted myself in studies. Third year college, I started loving the course I was taking. Nagkaroon na rin ako ng sarili kong barkada and I was so happy with them. Ika nga, I was the new me. Bumalik ang dating sigla ko sa pag-aaral and making friends like what I did in high school. I became girly na rin sa pananambit and kilos, but still, NBSB pa rin. May mga manliligaw na ako, but I promised my dad kasi natatapusin ko muna yung college bago ako mag-boyfriend. At yun yung ginawa ko. At 18, I graduated from nursing and I immediately took the nursing licensure exam. That same year, I passed on my first try. I was so happy. Ako lang naman ang pang-third na nurse sa aming magkakapatid. I was the youngest and the third Maria na naging certified nurse. Grabe yung saya ng family ko. We went out to a spontaneous dinner date to celebrate my victory. However, di ko nakita yung pangalan ni Daisy sa list ng mga passer, so I knew that she didn't make it. Hindi siya pumasa. She called and she congratulated me. Actually, that was the first time we spoke over the phone. The last time we spoke and met was at the board exam venue. 2 months passed after that phone call and I was waiting for my oath taking as a registered nurse. I was already working as a volunteer nurse sa isang kilalang local hospital sa city namin when my dad suddenly passed away due to cardiac arrest. I was so devastated. Grabe yung hinagpis namin. My family was at our lowest point that time. Ang daming mga taong bumisita at nakiramay. And for the first time, nabuo uli yung barkadang gwapa kami ko. They were all there. Sa una hanggang sa huling gabi ng lamay. Including Daisy, her mom, and even Edward. I was grieving so bad na hindi ko na alam yung nangyayari sa paligid. Busy ako mag-asikaso ng mga bisita. Umaga na ako natutulog, then magpupuyat na naman para bantayan yung labi ni Dad. As in, lutang na lutang ako noong mga panahong yun. On the 40th day ng pagkamatay at gabi ng pagdasal para kay Daddy, May pa-dinner kami sa mga umaten ng libing niya. Andun uli yung buong gwapa kami ko. Nakakaya ko na rin ngumiti ng mga panahong yun. Kasi unti-unti ko na rin natatanggap na wala na si Dad sa piling namin. At habang hinahatid ko sila sa sakayan, masaya kami nagkukwentuhang magbabarkada. Then out of the blue, bigla na lang nagsalita yung nanay ni Daisy. Alam niyo tong si Gina, siya ang nakikita kong mauunang mabubuntis sa inyong lahat at sa kanilang tatlong magkakapatid. Natahimik ang lahat. I was left speechless and dumbfounded. As in, hindi ko alam kung paano ko magre-react doon sa narinig ko. Totoo ba yung narinig ko? Totoo bang sinabi sa akin yun ng nanay ng best friend ko? Sinabi sa akin ng nanay ng best friend ko na ako raw ang unang mabubuntis sa amin? There was an awkward silence sa grupo. Lahat nagpapakiramdaman. Kitang-kita kong pagkabigla sa mukha ng mga kaibigan ko at alam kong ganun din yung nakikita nilang reaksyon ko. Unang natauhan yung isa naming kabarkada na si Kat. Tita, pasensya na po pero hindi naman po ganun yung pagkakakilala namin kay Gina. Hindi niya po gagawin yon. Sambit ni Kat. Tingnan natin. Parang paismid at pagalit pang sagot ng nanay ni Daisy. Tahimik lang si Daisy at wala siyang sinasabi. Habang ako naman ay tila nabuhusan ng malamig na tubig. Sino ba si tita para husgahan ako at ipahiya sa harapan ng mga matalik kong kaibigan? Ngayon pa talaga sa gabi ng padasal para sa daddy ko? Napakalaking sampal to. Hindi lamang sa pagkatao ko kundi sa dad ko na rin. May galit akong naramdaman sa puso ko kasi wala naman akong ginagawang masama sa nanay ni Daisy pero kung makapagsalita siya ay para bang napakababa ng tingin niya sa akin. Hindi ko napigilan ang sarili ko at sinagot ko siya. Tita, hindi naman po ako tanga para gawin ko yung bagay na sinasabi ninyo. Ngayon pa na wala na si daddy at si mami na lang yung meron kami. Hindi ako gagawa na ikasisira ng mga pangarap ni daddy para sa amin at wala rin akong balak na sirain ang reputasyon ng pamilya ko. Hindi po ako pinalaking bobo ng mga magulang ko. At kahit gustong gusto ko na mag-walk out nun, hindi ko ginawa. Pinairal ko pa rin yung respeto ko sa kanya. Nakita ko ang pagkagulat ng nanay ni Daisy. Natauhan siya sa sinabi ko pero hindi siya humingi ng paumanhin. Pinairal niya ang kanyang pride at ego. Si Daisy naman kitang-kita ang pangamba sa mukha. Hinawakan niya ang kamay ko pero hindi ako tumingin sa kanya. Bagkus pumara ako ng tricycle at pinauna ko sila na makaalis. Timping-timpi ako. Nagsabi pa nga ako na mag-ingat sila pa uwi. Pag alis nila ay pinag-usapan niyang mga naiwang kong kaibigan ang nangyari. Pero ako hindi na ako nagsalita pa. Para hindi na lumaki yung issue. Pero sa kaibuturan ng puso ko may namumuong sakit, hapde, tsaka tinatagong galit. Then pagkalipas ng ilang araw, tinawagan ako ni Daisy at sinabi niya magkita raw kami sa isang kilalang restaurant dahil may gusto siyang sabihin sa akin. Ayoko sana makipagkita kasi busy ako sa araw na yun. Luluwas kasi ako papuntang Maynila kasama yung family ko para ihatid yung mga ate ko sa NAIA. Babalik na kasi sila sa trabaho nila bilang nurses sa Amerika. Hinatid ako ng mom ko sa tagpuan namin ni Daisy. Pero, wala pa siya. Umupo ako sa gilid ng restaurant na yon kung saan makikita ko lahat ng mga pumapasok sa loob. Nag-order ako ng inumin. Inisip ko siguro hihingi ng paumanhin si Daisy sa akin. Kasi nga, dahil sa inasal ng nanay niya last time. After 10 minutes, nakita ko na si Daisy sa labas ng restaurant na nakaangkas sa motor ni Edward. Nakita ko kung gaano siya nahirapang bumaba. Napakunot-noo ako at biglang lumaki yung mga mata ko. OMG. Bakit hindi ko napansin to dati? Sa sobrang pagkagulat at pag-iisip ko ng malalim, hindi ko napansin na nasa harapan ko na pala siya. Gina? Nag-aalalang tanong niya. Dahan-dahan siyang umupo sa upuan na nakaharap sa akin habang hawak-hawak ang nakaumbok niyang tiyan. Na ngayon ko lang napansin na siya pala ay nagdadalang tao na. Bakit? Mahinang bigkas ko. Hindi ko na napigilan ang pagbagsak ng luha ko. Ang galing niyang magtago ni isa sa amin sa grupo, hindi napansin na buntis siya. Nasaktan ako. A betrayal so deep. I felt it in my core. Hindi lamang dahil sa paglilihim niya, kundi na-realize ko kung bakit ganun na lang yung galit ng ina niya sa akin. Ako bang sinisisi ni tita sa nangyari sa anak niya? Kasi hindi ko to naprotektahan gaya nung high school? Yung ba yung dahilan kung bakit sa akin binunto ni tita yung galit, panghihinayang at frustration niya sa nangyari sa anak niya? Pero bakit ako? Hindi ko naman kasalanan na nabuntis si Daisy. Wala naman akong alam sa nangyayari sa kanila ni Edward because she didn't want me to be around her. Around them. She never wanted me to be a part of her college and love life. And what was worst, she never told me anything. Ang daming kinuwento sa akin ni Daisy. Humingi siya sa akin ng sorry at pangunawa. Tumango lang ako, hindi ako nakapagsalita ng maayos. Ano pa bang dapat kong sabihin? Nangyari na yung nangyari, hindi na pwedeng baguhin yung nakaraan. Kailangan panindigan nila yung batang nasa sinapupunan niya. Nagpaalam ako sa kanya ng araw na yon, not knowing that was the last time I will see and talk to her sa city na kinalakihan namin. I went to Manila afterwards at doon ko na ipinagpatuloy ang pagtatrabaho ko as a registered nurse sa isang kilalang hospital sa Makati City. And I reviewed for the NCLEX. Sa mga panahong nasa Makati ako, wala akong communication with my friends from high school, even with Daisy. I pushed myself to strive and study hard, kaya pinili kong walang distraction. Naisip ko rin, if they really want to communicate with me, they can easily ask for my number sa mga cousin ko na kilala rin naman nila. I was so focused on my goal na makarating sa Amerika, kaya never rin ako nagkaroon ng boyfriend. Ginawa kong driving force na I need to prove their misconceptions about me. Especially to Daisy's mom. Oo, aminin ko, dala-dala ko pa rin yung sakit ng pagpapahiya niya sa akin sa harapan ng mga matalik kong kaibigan. Sa araw pa mismo ng pag-alaala sa pinakamamahal kong ama, ang kabastosang yun at walang paggalang kay dad at sa akin ay never kong kinalimutan. It was always at the back of my mind. Siguro yun din yung dahilan kung bakit never akong nag-try na mag-reach out sa kanila after that incident. Hindi man totoong nangyari yung prediction ni tita sa akin, but the mere fact na sinabi niya yun, ibig sabihin ganun kababa yung tingin niya sa akin na wala siyang bilib na gaganda ang kinabukasan ko na magagaya lang ako sa anak niya. Well, the game is on. I will prove her wrong. I will prove them wrong. I took that as a challenge. So, I see to it na I excelled in everything that I did and I do. Never akong bumalik sa hometown ko. Not even for a short vacation. Bala ko kasing puntahan yung mga ate ko sa US dahil kukunin nila si mommy soon para doon naman nahirahan. At syempre ako naman, maiiwang mag-isa sa Pinas at sa awa ng Diyos, nakapasa ako sa exam, nag-grant yung US working visa ko, and after 4 years of waiting, that time I was already 23. Sa US, I worked so hard. Kaya madali ako na-promote. I met my first and last boyfriend. After 2 years of dating, he became my husband. He's an American, and after several years, we had 2 beautiful babies. Everything in my life was going perfectly well. Then soon, nauso ang Facebook sa US hanggang sa umabot na rin to sa Pinas. I communicated with my relatives sa Philippines through Facebook all the time. Then one day, I received a Facebook friend request from her, Daisy's mom. It took me a long time to respond. At first, I wanted to decline the request. I was so tempted talaga. However, I realized it's about time for me to let go of the past. Anyway, without that fateful night, I wouldn't be motivated to do the right thing. Ika nga parang blessing in disguise na rin yung nangyari kasi look at me now. Look where I am right now. Hindi ba? It's time to bury my ill feelings about what she did to me. I forgave her. I added her, and soon afterwards, the simple hi and hello became a novela. For she sent me a very long message regarding Daisy's life and whereabouts. Nahabag ang puso ko sa kwento ni tita of what Daisy has become. Or rather, what was left of her after her husband Edward left her for another woman. I was crushed. I thought mas makabubuti kay Daisy ang pabayaan siyang ipaglaban ng pagmamahalan nila ni Edward at makasal siya sa lalaking mahal niya, kabaligtaran pala. Habang ako namamayagpag na parang isang agila sa langit, ang kaibigan ko pala ay gumagapang na parang naliligaw na langgam sa lupa. I didn't know, wala akong balita. No one told me. Because I never asked them to. Kasi iniisip ko noon na it's better to part ways so that we can find ourselves and live the faith that God has given us. I really thought mas gaganda yung buhay niya kumpara sa akin. So, sinabi ko yung story to my husband, and as the first time I told him about Daisy. My husband told me na it's not too late for me to reach out to Daisy. He said that it's better that I will learn her life story from her. So that's what I did. I searched her profile on FB, sent her a message. It took her 2 days before she replied. I can sense na she was hesitant at first to discuss about her separation from her husband. So ako yung nagkusang nagsabi na alam ko ng lahat. Then her mother told me about what happened. Wala pang video calls nun yung Facebook, but I know she's crying on the other line like me. Both of us were regretting our old decisions of not communicating with each other. Both regretting the loss of friendship or loss of years that we should have been spending with each other, helping one another. I spent that whole day chatting with her as we said our goodbyes. Doon ko naramdaman na wala na lahat ng sama ng loob na kinikimkim ko sa kanya and her mom. Nakahinga ako ng maluwag. I felt like a huge rock was lifted off my shoulders. I've changed, and so did they. Totoo talaga yung kasabihan na time heals all wounds. And I'm sure mine was healed for a long time now. Hindi ko lang na follow-up check-up. Although forgiveness is very hard at first, it is necessary. Holding on to anger and old hurts hardens the heart and hurts us. That past chapter of our lives was just like a movie that ended, and now a new sequel is about to begin. That night, niyakap ko at hinalikan ko ang husband ko at yung mga anak ko, a little extra, because I know I'm lucky to have an intact and loving family. With the help of my loving husband, I helped Daisy to start her own business in order for her to support her kids financially. Her daughters were also my husband's scholars. We helped Daisy by sending them to good schools so that they will have a better education. Bantay sarado naman siya sa mga anak niya. This time, she made sure na hindi siya magbo-boyfriend hanggang sa makagraduate sila ng college. Sabi pa nga niya, ayaw niya na magaya sa kanyang mga to, na maagang nakapag-asawa pero nauwi rin sa hiwalayan. Our relationship now is more closer than it was before. Ngayon, Daisy and her daughters are doing great, with all of them celebrating successful careers. Yes, Daisy is working as a nurse na rin sa Maynila. I'm so proud of her because she became a good example to her girls. Siguro nagtatanong kayo why I still accepted her as my best friend again. It's because you separate yourself from toxic people, but not to the extreme that you have to forget or discard them like garbage in their time of needs. Pag mahal mo ang isang kaibigan kahit ilang beses pa kayo magkatampuhan, hindi mo pa rin maitatanggi at makakalimutan ang masayang pinagsamahan niyo. Some of you are even left wondering why I kept hatred in my heart. That's easy for me to answer. My bitterness was my stimulant. It became like a drug to me in order to propel me into success. My story may be too extreme to understand at first because I use anger as a motivation to achieve my ambitions and aspirations in life. However, I taught myself not to dwell on negative emotions anymore. Instead, I focused on how those feelings helped me shape my character. Sabi nga ng husband ko, to forgive is the highest, most beautiful form of love. In return, you will receive untold peace and happiness. So that's what I chose to do. P.S. This is the version of my secret file. Thank you for reading my best friend's secret file last week. Again, this is Gina, and this is my secret file.
Always your number one. SM Radio.
Kabisyo, nakarelate ka ba sa secret file na binasa ko? Kung nakarelate ka, mag-subscribe ka na dito sa aming YouTube channel at pindutin mo na rin ang notification bell para updated ka sa mga susunod na episodes ng DJ Raqi Secret File.